as he's fully sealed in his stormtrooper carapace armor that oddly enough resembles a Kriegsman's uniform with his death mask on and his rebreather on as well, and you just hear the as he breathes in and out. My Lord Inquisitor, can you rescind Stefan's kill order that was placed upon me?
His hair hanging deep in front of his armor. He sort of rests. His face is half numb. You can just hear him sort of mumbling. What order? You can see him looking up at you. His cheeks are still completely lame. He cannot move any muscle in his face.
Standing in the room next to the Inquisitor would be Stefan, having his trench coat over his lightweight armor with a metal ring around his neck that would manifest itself to cover Stefan's visage as a helmet. On his hip, a storm bolter as well as a plethora of arsenals, all attached to his body, and 3 servo skulls hovering above him. Stefan, approaching Doc, says, "Doc, can you not see? The Inquisitor is very tired. The operation we performed was quite an invasive one."
Yes, I can see that. As I look at his paralyzed face. What exactly did you guys do?
Me and Symmetry made sure he looked like himself again.
Why wouldn't you wait for me to do that?
There was no time. He ordered us to do it then, and you were not here. Think on that.
I didn't think we were going to start transforming his face and doing plastic surgery.
You should always be prepared to serve your Inquisitor, Doc.
Well, I had to serve some other interests very quickly, or I guess pretty longly, if you look at how much time elapsed. But anyway, you should have waited. I could have done a much better job. Maybe his face wouldn't be paralyzed, but
Well,
I take
you
it
weren't
that's just...
here. You were busy serving someone else's interests.
You know, you could always just try to contact me.
He said now. And I will not compromise with the Inquisitor, for it is not my place.
Yes, but if you know I would do a better job, why wouldn't you just wait for me? Now look at him, as Doc points down to the slack-jawed Inquisitor with the paralyzed face. Is he drooling on himself at all?
But then is we continue on without him.
Yeah, there's some drool dripping down his face from what it seems.
Irrelevant, the recovery will be swift.
Is there drool dripping down his face? From his paralyzed face?
He's being very well taken care of. Medical droids, like, moving back and forth, wiping his face. He's completely wrapped up in towels as well.
Okay, Doc just gives a head nod and just says, okay. Well, I guess, you know, I'm with the Inquisitor. I guess I'm safe from whatever would-be assassin.
But now, we should discuss with Lady Brabaz on the expedition going forward, making sure that she is ready to sally forth through the gate, and should she require more time.
Inquisitor tries to say something.
I inch closer to the Inquisitor.
So Macro will sort of rush over and interrupt you. He should not be speaking. Let him rest.
Perhaps, Matrim, I shall listen to your medical expertise. Well, you've heard him, Doc. We should leave.
He will keep wiping his face again and again. There's like oils, a thick layer of oil like running down his face.
Doc just nods his head and proceeds out. Does Stefan follow, or?
Obviously. However, he takes a minute in the doorway, looking at some arteries, saying, "If I see any additional aromatics, some artery," and he doesn't continue the sentence. Just
I would never.
let.
I am
Good.
at the Inquisitor's mercy. He looks down and sort of grab his hand and show you. He looks not emotional, but like he understands the order now. The Inquisitor's here. Everything is sort of falling into place, and it's more easy for him to relate to.
Good. As I close the door. Leaving the door, looking at Doc. So, what did you want to discuss?
As the door closes, a form would step out from the corner almost in a closed space, and a red light would project out from this cloaked, hooded figure, scan the room, and then the light would dissipate as it returns to its prior position.
Guardian 101.
Yes.
Yep.
What exactly do we have to discuss with the navigators now? I thought they would already be ready at the designated time. Or did you not designate a time with them? Stefan?
Apologies, Doc. I was a bit too busy securing the Inquisitor, bringing him back to life, and assuring his safety. I'm afraid I didn't have enough time to discuss the final details with the Novator.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Sorry, gentlemen, I didn't mean to interrupt. Please, carry on. This coming from an alcove that's actually shrouded in darkness.
So we're in the gun room now? Okay. You will hear a couple of men walking down these creaky stairs. Or actually they're coming from the mega. So they were walking up this old rusted metal ladder. The exquisite gun room has a lot of shiny objects as you look around. A nice old fireplace, old furniture, a giant commode, a couple of glass closets and bookshelves. It smells of liquor and old smoke. There is a scale and gold coins as well as a ritual dagger hung over the wall. The workbench is equipped with all sorts of hand tools, saw, drills. There's also machining tools and material from dismantled equipment. There is a little like clearing of glasses as the glasses vibrate against each other.
I look the direction where the craft came and try to identify its source.
Say again?
I look in the direction of where the craft came and try to identify its source.
This is like a dark corner of the room, barely lit. You see someone sitting on a leather chair, feet apart, Come in an authoritative position, hand resting on either hand rest, and Luskin, Aaron.
Sebastian, will stand up and he'll be wearing black armor that, even when he moves into the light, seems to absorb it. There's a helmet on his hip and a hotshot lasgun on his back. Goes, so, gentlemen, since being called here, does anyone wish to tell me why? And also, why we're at strife?
You must be one of the informants, Sebas. Yes. It seems that we're short-handed at a time and a more direct approach is required. You have been summoned to active duty under the Inquisitor's direct command. Rejoice.
I do not rejoice at all. Where I come from, 6 noble ladies have been killed in the last 6 weeks. You're currently hunting killer or killers. You're wasting my time here. Be quick.
Trust me when I say this, these mundane murders that you have been dealing with up until now are nothing more but something that would happen day to day for you. Right now, we are undertaking an operation that would lead to the safety of the entire sector, not some pesky noblemans.
And you are who to say such things?
No one important regarding this, however, at the moment, the caretaker of the Inquisitor.
Well, one of them.
One that actually gave a damn.
You know, eventually you're going to have to stop throwing this in my face. You know this, right, Stefan?
I'm sorry, did you say Inquisitor?
And Doc will look back towards this figure still shrouded in darkness. Yes, you said your name was Sebastian?
Sebastian Rian.
Okay, Mr. Rain. Who are you exactly? How do you know the Inquisitor?
Don't.
Well then, perfect. And it's nothing for you to worry about right now. Maybe when he's recovered, you can meet him. Until then, would you like to join?
As much as I appreciate the Inquisition, we could desperately use your investigatorial needs. As I said, there is 6 women, noble women, for the last 6 weeks that have been mutilated.
On what planet?
On the lower sectors. And if you could provide some sort of assistance.
Okay, you just where? What planet? Where are we even talking about?
Well, considering a small fact that I think that there's something more going on. Why don't you prove that you're Inquisition first?
Doc walks up to you, unmag clamps his bolt gun from his hip, lifts it and puts it right on your forehead and says, "Is this Inquisition enough for you?"
No.
Well, it ought to be.
I've had many people put a gun against my head, and I'm talking about Circus Magnus.
The Forge World. Let the Forge World deal with it. We've already helped them.
You'll actually sort of feel a bow pistol at your gut.
What does your pistol look like?
It's just a standard issue auto pistol.
It's a pairing for moderate.
There's nothing special, something that is mass produced across the worlds.
You see this very sturdy hand. Suddenly a gun will appear from behind the table, from the chair. Leans it towards you.
Yeah, Doc makes no real reaction. He just sees it, just thinks to himself, and continues with what he was saying. Yes, why would we care about these nobles on Cirrus Magnus? This is the Forge World's problem. What brings it into inquisitorial business?
Doesn't. Truth, it doesn't. But we have been begging for resources for the last 6 months. We don't have any, and we are now literally on the edge of a riot or an uprising.
What, across the whole planet?
Within the city.
Which city?
What?
The capital?
I'm done.
With all due respect, Sebas, our concerns are far major but a simple city. The entire sector is at stake, in case you are not aware.
And at that, Doc will re-mag clamp his bolt hip as he turns his back and walks away from Sebastian, just saying, "If you tell me what city it was, maybe we could send a missive or something to some of the authorities on the Forge World and they could nip it in the bud. But hey, if you don't want to give us information, I guess you don't really want our help."
We're on. And what other one would I be talking about apart from the one you're on? Dumb shit. Sorry, I apologize.
Doc thinks to himself, we're on a space station.
But not even within the system you're talking about, Sebas. Zerich is far away from here. Not only that, Zerich is within the Adeptus Mechanicus' jurisdiction. You should have petitioned them and their people, not the Inquisition.
No, that's not possible.
How long have you been on this ship? You are aware we are on a totally different system. Surely you do. This is Blood McQueen, after all.
Could I check his
No.
character over right quick and see if he was in some kind of cryo sleep?
It's possible that you would know. You have a ton of inquisitorial contacts. You have. That's how you got in touch with them.
Hmm.
So it's up to you, Aaron. What do you say?
Yeah,
Are you
he
sleeping?
has actually been. He's been mind wiped and.
Memory wiped.
Do you have any documents to be giving us stating what you're doing here? They didn't give you a file, a portfolio, anything?
Um. Sorry. Seconds. I'm just gonna go across and just throw up.
Quiet and
And
slightly.
Then basically come back, his hands were shaking and said, "What have you done to me?" Where are my people? Where are the Brababuddies that I sent through? I thought that my hand picked them. Where are they? Well, can't do this.
Said Arbites are most likely no longer of your concern. Possibly several years, if not decades, have passed since your last memories. Or so it would seem. You're currently in the service of the Inquisition. Your previous life is to be considered dead. Whatever priorities or duties you had previously before meeting us, they're mute.
At this, what do you call it? You'll actually see him start to look as though he's trying to throw up, but actually fitting. And he'll drop to the floor and start, having a seizure.
It's your time to deal with this, Doc. Is Doc here?
I think it's at BRB.
Steph.
3, 2, 1. Yes.
Stefan will just casually walk in his direction as he's having a seizure and see whether he's gonna pull through or just die there on the spot.
Was that a cue for me?
No, it's up to Dustin. It's up to Sebastian.
Well, don't know how bad a seizure actually is, so let's say he'll just sort of wear himself out eventually. Hold on. Look.
Yes.
So Sebastian has fallen on the floor having a seizure. Did you do anything to help?
I reach down, I turn him on his side, and I watch. I turn him specifically onto his left side. And if there's
Yes.
anything around him on the ground in his way, I move that out of the way. Seems like a regular seizure to me. He'll recover in a few seconds.
I'd be very disappointed if he died. I would have to tell the majors to recalibrate their mind wipe procedures.
It would be a shame. Let's see what
Yeah.
happens.
It does
And
more
I'm
often.
gonna wait. I'm gonna wait about 30 seconds to see if it stops.
That stops within 30 seconds.
Nice. Does the light come back to your eyes? Do they open? Morton?
I wouldn't know.
Then I'll say, to a point, he'll open his eyes and go. There'll be a couple of flickers and he'll be able to focus on you, but then will basically maybe pass out.
Stefan will let out a sigh. We're really scraping the bottom of the barrel at this point. This one better be useful.
Time will tell.
Anyway,
And Doc will go over and reach a hand down to help Sebastian get back on his feet.
Point two, he's gonna go. Don't know what actually happened. It's like lightning bolt on my head and don't you know a surgeon? It's like something I want to cough up but I can't.
You get an inspiration point.
Yeah. Alright, and Doc's gonna drag him into the medical bay and strap him down into one of the surgery gurneys.
Do you fight or resist, Sebastian?
No.
Okay. You will be carried gently by James into this red, dimly lit room. We see two other people far in the horizon. By now there is a wall of incense in the ceiling. Some acre is burning it next to the Inquisitor. The Inquisitor is sitting on a metal slab, leaning his head forward, his long hair hanging by his side. He seems pale and sickly. You drag Sebastian into the room. What do you do?
I lay him kind of gently onto the operating gurney, and I call over the medical servitors to begin a emergency lung surgery to try and remove an obstruction from his lungs.
As you do that, I'm gonna roll for them, and they will perform beautifully. It's gonna take the rest of the day.
Sorry, is that on me?
Yep.
An obstruction?
They will run diagnostics. What is actually wrong with you, Dacian? Or Sebastian?
It was just basically what he called the fact that he was knocked out.
Nothing serious.
Nothing serious,
I'm
but
gonna run the diagnostics and just give him some refreshers, and that's it. Sebastian sits on the table as they.
it's just no. It's up to Doc. Do what you want.
Well, they would be able to detect that it wasn't anything serious, and will not perform surgery unless you force them.
No, I just let them take over.
Alrighty,
I'm
what do you
gonna
guys
put
want to do?
Doc's gonna look back to Stefan and be like, "All right, we're gonna go see the Novator."
No, fuck that. Stefan already made sure with the Dockmaster that the ship has all the supplies to start fucking repairing itself. I mean, we've been flying so long with only 1 HP. So yeah, while Doc is taking care of the dude, of the new acolyte, Stefan would have talked with the Dockmaster to prepare supplies for ship repairs.
Sounds good. Do an influence test.
Is it for requisitioning items?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, so no scandalous socialite. Oh, but the master of paperwork.
Very nice.
Success with 7.
Then you can do a commerce test.
Any bonuses from the ship?
No.
Damn.
Oh yeah, well, you have the wardroom. Go ahead and add it to a plus 20 to that.
Yeah. Success with 3 additional.
Sick. The entire station is turned upside down for you. There will be open hangars all the way. They're opening up everything. You will see tech priests coming out of every corner, lumbering towards the ship. They will begin repairing, welding. You can hear them sort of thudding on the seal, on the roof of the ship. Even wiping the windows. Occasionally you'll see like a comical upside down face of a tech priest wiping and cleaning the windows. And you will be given the supplies you need. For ammunition, you will have to roll.
I just wish for the supplies for the ship to not be at 1 HP.
Are you at 1 HP? It wasn't.
Oh, we are at 1 HP. We haven't healed once the ship.
Nah, that's some BS. I'm gonna retcon that. We are. You're at.
Oh, not.
Say again, Sebastian. You would at least had time to repair the critical damage to the ship. So you can say you're at 0.
So where we lost HP. Okay, yeah.
Wait,
Good
you
enough.
said. Oh, you meant. Okay, I thought you meant like minus.
Not critical, just 1.
Alright. Yeah, you're at. How much wounds has the ship? How much did it take her? 50.
1 second.
You're at. You would at least have gone into.
70 match.
Okay, you would at least have gone into minors, I would say. You're at 35 integrity.
35 for. That was the logistics out of the way. And after that, I would return to the ship. So, Doc, did you finish with the acolyte? Or soon to be?
Well, he actually didn't need the surgery. He's just an odd person, I guess. We don't really know what it was that was causing him to cough like that.
Possibly psychological, it happens. Stress and other factors may be in play. It's not unheard of.
Yeah, but why do they just keep sending us these terrible alkalites? That, I mean, they always have fucking problems.
James, do you have any idea how many of us died to get this far?
James starts looking at his hands, and as he gets past his right thumb, he just nods his head no towards Stefan.
A lot.
Then can we get guardsmen instead of non-guardsmen people? People that have combat experience at least, so they're not as broken.
That is why we're meeting with the Novator.
Think like you find that I am a guardsman.
Okay, well, can you stop whatever this weakness is that you have?
I'll consider the small fact that I was blasted in the face with dust. Probably not.
Hmm.
Have any idea how basic medicine works?
Yeah.
Well then, you'll know that
He comes from a feral world. The idea of his basic medicine might shock you. Either way, we should make preparations to meet with the Novator. Ensure she has all the supplies necessary to unleash a campaign within the gate as soon as possible. I don't want that bastard to get ahead of us. If we manage to pull a fast one on him, with the Inquisitor in tow, that would be a huge success. If not, we already have several other issues to concern ourselves with until she manages to assemble an exploratory fleet.
So at what point am I going to be informed of what's happening?
Now, here you go. Throws a data slate. I suppose you can read, so start reading. This is the basic information at the moment. Also, while you're coughing, try not to stain it with your blood.
I'll try.
Cheers. Anyway, what would you suggest, Doc? Other than the fairly basic and practical solution I've came up with.
No, I think that's pretty good, honestly. I mean, that's all we really can do. I mean, if we don't go in there with a stronger force than what he brings, and anything goes badly, we will die probably.
We can also talk with House Rosa after this, although I would wish to talk with most of the houses. Most likely House Maimon would already pledge support to the Hereticus by now.
More than likely.
Indeed.
Unfortunately.
Indeed, it would have been useful to still have healthy relationships with them.
It would.
Most definitely. However, we will do with what we have at hand.
No, that sounds good. Did you want me to be the attendant to escort us to the Novator?
Of course, I do not want to live to not have an eye on you.
Oh, what are you still worried about me?
Yes.
Oh man, you're something else. Okay.
Fear not, it's not that I actually think you have any malicious intent, it's just that you are, well, you.
Malicious intent? Oh, okay.
You're sheer nature is what concerns me.
Sometimes, Doc reaches a hand out, grips you on your. What kind of. You have any, for your garment that you wear? Is there, embroidery up on your shoulder?
No, nothing. Maybe stitches on his coat, but nothing other than that.
Okay, well, you feel his hands go over the stitch working and grip into your shoulder and says, "Sometimes so do I." And he goes ahead and he gets out of the comms. Attendant, can you set up a meeting with the Novator for Stefan?
Her name is most likely Vincrobet. Doc.
Doc coughs. Vinkobet, come in, over.
You will go to the Voxcaster, press the button to contact the station, and ask for Vinkobet. Do a fellowship test. Flat. Bonus if you have a pair.
Yeah.
Peer what?
Navigators.
Yup.
Can I pick up peer navigators from getting some navigator cheeks?
Christ, you can just fuck yourself into clear navigation.
Success of 1.
Success with it.
The woman will reply that they will send Vinkobet there. After a little while, she will appear in the hangar. The ramp will be dropped and she will slowly walk on board the ship. She has an all-black dress and looks quite creepy as she stumbles into the ship. She seems like a lost child, sort of looking around, worried. As soon as she spots you in the door, she will look a little bit scared for a moment and then bow.
Why is she scared?
Surprised to see.
Oh.
As if read in Doc's mind, thinking why would she be scared? I just look at him and just point at him. It's tough not to be scared against a person such as yourself. Every day for me is a day filled with terror. Windrobet, I'm glad you managed to find our ship, our humble ship. I wish to ask if you're capable of establishing a meeting with a Novator.
She will look at you with the pale, lifeless eyes and will slowly nod her head yes.
Perfect. Can you do it now?
She will nod again.
Very well, we shall follow you.
Look at you and slowly swing your head down the ramp and walk out. As you follow her, you will walk into the hangar. The tech priests look at you, surprised as you exit. And as you walk over to the ramp and towards the station, you will see that there are no people there. As you approach the chambers, you will be told to wait outside. Is there anything you would like to talk about before you enter? Duskin, you have every opportunity to appear now if you want.
As I look to Stefan, I say, does it not seem odd that she almost seemed lifeless? She was a lot more expressive before.
Stefan looks a bit shocked. It's not shocked, more like surprised in disbelief. As in, she looks the same to me. They're navigators, James. Our own physiology cannot compare with them. Not only that, they're capable of manifesting the warp.
Fair
Well,
enough.
we know not what conditions they may propose, they may possess upon their bodies or soul. Unless, of course, you're a psyker in disguise, James.
I think that would, I don't know. I think that's a really hard long con, and I just don't think I have the abilities to pull that off.
On that, we can both agree.
Soraya Helpole will appear around the corner while you're waiting. She is wearing an ornate dress, and as soon as she spots you, Doc, she will give you a little smile and bow to all of you. She will just stand there for a little while. She seems sort of insecure, completely opposite of before. And someone will come up and talk to her. She will turn around, cast her head over her shoulder, looking at you one last time.
I give her a big smile as I take my helmet off. And a wave.
As you do, she smiles while she's turning her head around. And she will walk off with high heels clicking. That's the last sound you hear. This hollow, echoey sound of her heels clicking across the floor as she disappears into this giant hall. Entry hall.
Is there anything that stands out about the attendant that comes and collects hers, or like some kind of weird presence I feel?
It's
like
a guard. It's an armored guard.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Did I see armored guards escorting her around previously?
No.
You said no?
No.
I looked at Stefan and I say, that's also kind of weird, isn't it?
We shouldn't interfere in their politics. We already have plenty of them.
You can do a scrutiny test. Flat. James.
Oh boy. Holy crap, success with 3.
She got called away because you were there.
Did you just laugh, Stefan?
Why would I?
As I think about this, oh man, I don't know why they would do that.
They would do what?
It feels almost like they sent someone to fetch her away because I was here.
Well, yes, that is reasonable.
Oh. That's totally unreasonable.
I feel like it is. I thought we had a very good rapport. I treated her extremely well. I don't know where this nonsense comes from.
Think about it politically, James. Not only are you excommunicated, one of the navigator houses considers you to be of their interest and not a good kind. Having any relations with you would be playing Russian roulette with a full pistol.
I feel like that's a stretch of the imagination to characterize it like that, but I mean, I understand what you're saying. I think that's a bad portrayal of how I am, but I can understand.
Everybody doing awareness tests. -20.
Is it site-based?
No. Yep. It is.
Oh man, fucking nobody did that.
Okay. Inspiration point.
Yeah, if you fail it, I'll also roll for it. Yeah, 100 inspiration mine. Success with 5 on my end.
Are you here, Duskin?
Mhm.
Do you want to roll as well? Are you with them? Are you somewhere near?
Duskin or
Either
Bastion?
or. Either or.
None. Roll.
Stefan, do a criminal cartels -40.
Can I assist with that?
No, something going on inside of your heads. It either
Sorry,
clicks
could I just...
or it doesn't.
So is Duskin here?
It's up to you, like I said. Completely up to you. Both Stefan and
Screwed,
Dustin.
why not? Yeah, I'll assist.
Alright.
And
No,
you
there's no
cannot.
assist. It's going on inside of your head.
Well, I don't have any inspiration, so that's a failure on my end.
I'll give you an inspiration, Duskin,
You're not
because...
technically in the party, so you cannot do that.
No worries.
Mm-hmm.
But they save us.
Yes, Sabas has a inspiration-y.
So but be a real acolyte and fetch a man inspiration point.
Should I do my usual?
Yeah, why not?
What do you guys think? What's going on?
Success with 5, almost, not a one.
The woman walked over to talk to someone. That a gang of guards stood around someone further away, near some crates in this large hangar bay. There's an auto carriage a little bit further away, and the person they were covering for walks away, and as they walk away, you get the idea that they know who you are, or at least that someone very important is here. As he looks over his shoulder, he has short black hair, deep cuts in his face, hollowed out eyes. This is an emissary of the cult of Zaduk, Alexio Indre. You have heard of him before. He gets into the auto carriage and drives off.
This is most concerning. The role of Zadok, the Benartive on both Aventine and Ceres.
Yes, but didn't we take down one of their key leaders?
Please. The conspiracy is far larger than that. You tell someone who wasn't even a key leader, you're thinking about the Cloud Boys.
You mean the one that was, and he says in a hushed tone, the power. The one in the power armor.
What is it you wish?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yes.
do you want me to
Yes. What
go
is it
take
you
care of
wish
business?
now?
No. I would not like to interfere
Yes.
with our
What is it you
spoils.
wish now?
The
Yes?
elections at this moment. We shall
What
inquire
is
about
your
what
wish?
we've just seen.
What is your
However,
wish? Yet you come here. Yet you come here.
I understand.
Searching for someone. What are you?
if I remember correctly, they were involved when
Who
in
is
regards
the
to the
person?
dispensal of corrupted ointments to the populace.
Yes.
I wish I could have
Oh,
invested. investigate it further.
The doors will
Yeah.
open, and you will see the splendid chamber of Allure Pearl. Tabitha is not there. She is standing by a table, and as you enter, or as the doors open, she will smile with a big grin. Her eyes and her face is perfectly symmetrical, and you can barely see it across the room as terror fills your bodies. What do you do?
Doc goes in, gives a nice bow, and
you
stays as
enter-
close to the door as possible.
As you enter, you will see her sort of slithering, almost floating to the middle of the bridge. And she will hold her hands out to either side and sort of just wave them as little girl children will appear from behind the pillars around you. She has a determined face, and you can tell that usually she projects some amount of humanity through her eyes. Now that is completely disguised by a superficial charm.
Yeah,
She
Doc
looked
is
more
very
beautiful than
scared.
before.
Doc
For
is
this
very
part.
scared.
She has piercing, radiant eyes that almost hurt to look at. This porcelain skin that seems to be cracking in some places, and a third eye covered by a metal device. The room
Doc
gets
is utterly terrified, but does his best to not look terrified.
Sebastian is gonna bring up his weapon, start scanning. What do you call it?
Your weapons would have been taken from you before you entered.
Shit. And he is gonna shit and kneel and say, "Hey lady, I don't know what has angered you. Please tell me how to make it right."
Since
My lady, how polite of him.
he's a new addition. Stefan is unfazed by a old horror that
She will
now
smile, lean her head back, chin up, and slowly walk over to you, Sebastian. And she will hold her hand out with sort of a smiling, innocent look of a young girl for you to kiss it.
Lady, both know what this ends with.
Oh?
If I do this, my comrades go free.
She has sort of an innocent look. She just looks baffled.
I do not know what you are insinuating. I would not hurt you.
And he will take her hand, do a flourish, kiss her hand.
Do a willpower test.
Kill him.
never touch a fighter's hand.
Hell was my... Sorry, bear with me 2 seconds.
Minus 30.
Oh boy!
Dude, come on!
You literally placed her hand close to your head. What the fuck did you expect?
Not even gonna look. Just tell me.
Oh yeah, Failure with 3 additional.
You can see the ground, but you feel very heavy. You feel like you can't get up again. And suddenly you feel like magnetized to your hand. And you will hear a voice.
Interesting. Where did you come from? I haven't seen you before.
She will move around a little bit in your mind. And she will see your journey here. However, your mind has been wiped. As she looks back, all she can see is you on another world, in another place. She is sort of confused, and you can see her sort of turn into a disappointed frown as she sort of looks at you. She looks sort of taken aback. She will look at you and then look at James and Stefan.
Stefan has a very wide grin, saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, Lady Allure. What, did you not find what you were searching for?"
I were merely looking into his mind. I see that you have cleansed your latest pawn.
I assure you, I had no idea.
Clever.
Anyway, we have more important matters to discuss. How are your preparations to set forth on the expedition to Askellon 1?
She will look at you and then Sebastian.
You can get up now. Stand.
Come on, Aaron.
Sebastian slowly stands, looks at her, and says, "That one's free."
She'll give you a pitiful look. She will look back to you, Stefan.
I thought this was arranged. You took care of the other Inquisitor, right?
Not yet. Either way, he will show up on Askellon 1, where we would have an opportunity. Or would you request that we engage him now?
Do as you wish, as long as you keep our agreement.
Of course.
At which point, Duskin will actually walk in through the door.
You will all see the silhouette of a shadow at the other end of the room. The bright hall casts a light on his back, throwing a long shadow across the bridge. Despite not seeing his face or features at all, you instantly recognize the shadow. You see the hair, the shape, the shoulders. This is Duskin.
So, I see you all standing here. However, fortunately, I'm honor-bound to help this one last time. You wish to take down Icarus. I believe he has the Inquisitors body on it.
On his ship.
On his ship.
A sail in an inquisitorial cruiser is...
You scared,
Ah.
Stefan? I thought you wanted to walk into the hellfire of the warp to bring back the Inquisitor. Are you not now wishing to walk into the hellfire to bring back Constantinius?
You are one manipulative bastard, aren't you, Dustin?
Excuse me? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
You are
Speak.
one manipulative bastard, aren't you, Dustin?
No, I speak the truth.
Very well. Let's hear your proposition.
But my proposition is we assault. Oh, when I say assault, obviously not assault. Gather our forces, we attack the cruiser, we retrieve the body of the Inquisitor, and we kill Icarus. Then, with hopefully the light of Our Lady, at which point he'll do a massive bow, fall down on one knee. We will able to guide souls into each and every body. We will gain glory and wisdom for this sector, if not control of this sector. We'll gain our Inquisitor. We then go forward and secure the sector.
You sound more like Icarus. Are you certain? Do you have any concrete proof that there's his body, that the Inquisitor's body is on Icarus's ship?
Intuition. Do not. No. But if I was to defeat my greatest enemy, I'd want to keep him close. So that
Very well.
every time that I won, I could come and speak to him and tell him how I'd won and how I'd beaten him.
Good. Are you aware of Icarus's location?
I'm not. But I'm aware of which point then lower his head and say, aware of the Ordo Hereticus manner of thinking. We are zealots, we are petty.
On that I don't agree, but the substance you're offering is quite lacking.
Which point I ask for trust. Trust from
Trust.
you, trust from the group, trust from Our Lady. If not, she can flay my mind here and now.
Dustin,
And
you do not understand.
And it is open for her to probe. She wishes.
Her one
That's-
eye is closed. She's looking at you, sort of head tilted.
Dustin,
Pondering.
it has nothing to do with trust. You're giving us, well, no opportunity other than to kill ourselves. no idea where our targets are, and is the equivalent of drawing date first blindfolded in an unknown situation. Pardon my language, Lady Allure.
She will look at you briefly and look back.
Well, let's look at the alternatives. Okay? You. I mean, you. Brought back someone through necromancy. And not only that, but this house brought through someone by necromancy. They will find out eventually. It will cause civil strife in this sector. This house will call in its allies. We will then call in their allies, which will call in their enemies, which will call in their enemies, and before we know it, we have lost Forge Worlds, we have lost space stations, and this is exponentially weakened.
Allure.
This is not about one or two people. This is about the entire sector. I've tried to explain this to you twice. This is the third time and last time. I have expended so much and power to even stand here. That abomination that you have brought forth, I cannot guarantee you I will let live.
Dustin,
You personally cannot guarantee I will let live. But for the sake of the sector, I once again bend the knee and plead. At which point then Sebastian is slowly moving out the door and just going, this has nothing to do with me.
As Doc hears Duskin's plea, he looks at Stefan. We can use him to help us annihilate the other Inquisitor, but the rest of that, I don't know if I'd sign off on that. And as Sebastian tries to slip out the door, I tell him, hold your place, Alkalite, and get back here.
Whoa, I was never an acolyte.
You are obviously under our purview. Come back. Stand to attention. In fact, just stand by the door at attention. You can do that for now.
Dustin, your request is feeble, backed by anything, and unreasonable. However, I do agree that we cannot allow Icarus to live, not only as agreed with Allure, but also for your misconceived notion that will assist the sector. However, the way you are proposing is absolutely impossible to achieve such a result. Therefore, fear not, I shall do it my way.
You're both getting his fresh, but all three actually.
Both three of you.
Both three.
Yay!
Very well.
What say you, Duskin? Will you accede to our demands and at least help us finish off Icarus before we turn on each other?
There is no need for Dustin to come with us. Either way, we've heard your pleas, and we've chosen to take action for now, although we will not guarantee that we will take it before reaching Echelon 1. Be thankful for at least that. Stefan's face would turn to Lady Allure.
Alright, what do you do? Or say?
I would.
So, right, go ahead.
Go ahead, Duskin.
Go ahead,
So-
Dustin.
I'm gonna turn to Doc and say, Doc, you know I'm right.
Yeah, but this isn't
You're
how
all
the
right.
hierarchy
Stand with me.
this isn't how the hierarchy of command goes.
Fuck hierarchy. This is on faith.
I understand that, but when you take a look at all of this, he's back now. It's been done. I understand what you're worried about.
Is he back?
For the most part, yes, it is. I feel that it is to be him. If it turns out not to be him, then obviously he will be disposed of. But
Like,
until he, of
will he?
course,
Who? By whom?
me,
By you?
yes,
Person that stood by and let necromancy take place. One that, what he called, stood against the person that wanted to stop necromancy.
Stefan
Or-
pulled
or-
the wool over my eyes. Stefan pulled the wool over my eyes, Duskin. That's what he did, and he got away with it. And now we are where we are. The die has been cast. It's already been done. There's no undoing what's been done.
It's not. Oh, there is never any chance.
I don't agree with how everything went down, but this is the cards we have now. And I don't think the way you want to play them is to the best of our advantage. I see that our path lies between salvation and catastrophe.
You're
I think
leading
what
the sector to catastrophe. Can you not see that?
we are straddling the line between catastrophe and salvation for this sector. That is what we are doing. And at any point, we could tip it one way or the other. I felt
Look
that we
around.
have slowly tipped it
Look
towards salvation.
Look around you.
You will hear a voice in your head, Doc.
Yes, much relies on you. You must make the right choice.
Look around you, Doc. Look. Are all
You must
the
make the
people
right choice.
around you. This house has
You
been
must make the right
devastated.
choice.
Bring
Yes,
one
much relies on
person
you.
back.
You must make the right choice.
Is that right?
No.
Innocence sacrificed for one person? You're willing to go along with it? It's not you, Doc.
I've already made my decision, and I'm already willing to prepare to die and stand by it. What I'm not prepared to do is to rehash what has already happened with you over and over again. As I said, the cards have been dealt. We are where we are now. If things go bad for the Inquisitor, I'll be there to put a stop to it. That's all there is to it.
We'll try.
No, I will probably succeed. Stefan can't stand against me if it was just me and him one-on-one. And he didn't have that pesky Stormbolter.
No,
Wait.
we'll try.
Sure. Hopefully I won't have to. And you shouldn't have stood against us either. I really do think that we're right in this, in the way we're playing this. I think your path would have been the worst option.
Oh, fuck.
Then everything that has been sacrificed would have been sacrificed or not. And that is something that I don't think I would have abided by.
Wish you well.
Duskin, you will,
Honestly,
I don't
wish
wish to see
Stefan
you
well.
go, Duskin.
Next
you
time
will,
we
you will
meet.
hear our voice, Duskin, right about now.
We can bring Constantinius back.
Aye.
As you say how, she will just look straight ahead, ignoring you.
Why? This distraction is over, Dustin. I've played your case, but the Inquisition has its own agenda.
Oh, that one. Let's hope. Well, we'll meet again. Unfortunately, it will be on.
So you would join with him against us?
On who?
Icarus? Who else would you join to stand against us? No one else would stand against us besides him.
No.
You would throw your lot in with him over us?
No, I would throw my lot in with me.
And what? You're going to be our personal hunter of the stars? Hunting for our souls? Trying to save them as Doc gives a theatrical flourish with his hands, signifying himself and then Stefan as well.
Awesome. You get an inspiration point.
Because we don't need saving, Duskin. We're either damned or we're not. And only time and our eventual demise will tell. The road between salvation and damnation is built from the same stones.
I've not seen what damnation is.
Oh, I think I have.
No, you really haven't. I've looked in damnation. You have no idea what it's like. I'm asking you one last time. Please, step back.
Doc's just gonna look to Stefan.
Stefan just waves dismissingly.
Doc just looks back to Duskin and just gives a head nod like, no.
You've taken enough time with your petition, Dustin.
But we are happy to hear about the knowledge of Icarus possibly holding the Inquisitor's corpse. That is good news. It's a shame you wouldn't join us against him. At least him.
Allure walks across the bridge towards the door.
We'll join a lot as my conversation with her is not done.
She stops by the door. A couple of her servants surround her, just talking.
Either way, you have lost my interest, Dustin. I've told you what I intend to do and what I will do. Excuse me, as I have more pressing matters to attend to.
But if you would like to join us against Incarus, that is always on the table.
And what do you call it? Duskin is gonna grab Stefan's shoulder. Say, I've tried. You're square.
Stefan will just nod.
He's gonna hold him for that little bit longer. Just then release him.
If that out of the way, Stefan would continue to discuss some matters with Lady Allure.
Allure will stand there and giggle as the children talk to her and say funny things. Where are you right now, Dusky?
I will move outside the chamber and what do you call it? Open Fox channels.
As you walk past her, she will look towards you.
There is still time. Do not leave us.
Do you look at her or make any?
I'll look at her and try to call through apathy or anything else and say, what do you expect me to do?
Believe
The
me.
decision has been made. Chris will come.
Your concerns are unwarranted. No one will know.
As you look back at her, she will slowly tilt her head sideways and give you a intense glare.
If I open my mind, would you be able to give me more?
You can speak to her, so you're having a telepathic communication. What do you want to say?
I've tried to convince them. What more do you want me to do?
Much of what you said was incorrect. No one will learn.
Well, no one will learn what?
What he is.
Came back wrong. Did he come back wrong?
No.
Then what?
No one will know. Your secret is safe with me.
She will cast you a quick glance.
your strongest ally.
With respect, I don't understand. I'm primitive. Please be specific.
I can be your ally.
If you look at her, she has sort of her head tilted to the side, just occasionally glancing over at you.
Okay, you can be my ally. Okay. Should we fight them? Should we stop them?
There is no need. No one will find out what the Inquisitor is. Your secret is safe with me.
Why?
No one will learn.
That's impossible. He's in a different body.
She will sort of do a slight grin in real life, or in the room, and look back at you.
No one will learn, Duskin. Kill the Inquisitor. Kill Icarus.
No one will learn that he is the Inquisitor until they learn he is the Inquisitor. Is that?
No one will learn that he was brought back. It will be like he was always here.
Still telepathically sort of speaking to her, but you know this goes against every moral, every fiber of my being.
Many of your kind have walked this path before. The path of realization. The warp is not as dangerous as you believe. All your strength, your life, stems from the warp. As you stand before me. It can grant life. It is natural. Your Inquisitor is not corrupted.
Understand. I will not go on bended knee, asking to come back.
She will cast you a disappointed glance.
Can you guarantee me with 100% you can monitor the soul? You can guarantee me he is uncorrupted? That we can bring the Inquisitor back 100%?
The room moves sort of in slow motion, low frame. You're dizzy with the amount of psychic energy going between you and her. As you see her face turn, it's sort of this ghosting effect where you see sort of this sliding effect of your head turning back and forth. You see her two reddish eyes sort of in this wavy form as she looks back at you, and you can hear this echoey voice.
We will tend to him. We will do what we can. That is all I can say. We will mend his soul. We will make sure the darkness doesn't break through. Yes, it will be contained.
If it's not contained, what do we face?
He will simply be put down. Eviscerated.
And Stefan, seeing into his mind, can Stefan do this?
She will close her eyes.
His life will end. But there is hope. They need you. Your experience is invaluable. You must find him.
Okay.
If you kill the Inquisitor, you will have my allegiance. Forever.
It's Inquisitor.
She will be quiet and just look at Stefan and James.
So Duskin will turn back, what he called, his eyes all sort of will be glazed over. Look at Stefan. Look at the sort of party and say, well,
She will look at you and give a deep nod as two of the girls will sort of walk over and stand by your side.
Stefan,
Now it's your turn.
after speaking with the navigators, wish to ask for admittance to the Inquisitional party.
Speaking, as Stefan will turn to Lady Allure. There will be restrictions put in place, as you are sure.
As in what restrictions?
You're not allowed to arm yourself or come near the Inquisitor, unless deployed on a mission.
I thought that was already the... Never have become in front of the Inquisitor with armed, but okay.
You're also supposed to be adhering to the chain of command from now on, although your advice, when asked, will be welcomed. Basically, we will operate as usual, however, I will be more precautious of you.
I enter under one condition. Accept?
What is that condition?
Oh, sorry, died. Okay. If the Inquisitor shows any signs of corruption, is executed immediately.
Very well, however, you will not discern these signs. It will be discerned by someone specialized in this. That is neither you nor me.
No, it will be exercised by 3 members of the host. You, me, and 1 other.
Bold of you to assume that there's another that on our team that would recognize warp taint.
Doc just cocks his head, looking between the two of you.
Oh, you learned something new. Did you, Doc?
Do you not remember all the things that I've killed?
Killing that thing and recognizing it is quite different. Besides, I'm pretty sure that you barely even register what you're killing at the time.
Oh no. I have been terrified into inaction plenty of times to deal with the mountless horrors of the
Right.
beyond.
None of this matters. Me, you, Doc.
Very well. On
I
best
know
terms,
I know
can
for a
agree.
fact that you will come down on the side of Inquisitor. Therefore, it needs 2 others.
Very
Okay.
well, I agree to these conditions. However, should I notice that they are unjust, I will not.
No.
Or the decisions have been made in bad faith.
No. Any decisions made in bad faith, we will all come down on it.
Agreed.
There will be no decisions made in bad faith.
Indeed. Very well. In that case, we may proceed. As long as we hold to each other's condition.
Understand the compromise I'm making. Compromise that I'm making for you, for the Inquisitor, So therefore, I require, and he cuts his hand, I require it to be sealed in blood.
Doc walks over and gives Duskin 2 claps on the shoulder and looks back at Sebastian and just says at ease as he is standing in the corner at attention.
So, do you seal it? Or no?
This is very unhygienic. Stefan would cut his necessarily he would cut on one of his shoulders to draw a bit of blood, as most of his palms, well, they cannot bleed. Smear it on his palm and shake yours.
And Duskin will look at Stefan with a rather disappointed look and turn to Doc with his hand bleeding and hold at his hand.
Wait, no. This needs to be between you two. Cut your hands, Stefan. Come on.
No. This is between everyone.
Yeah, we're the only one out.
And
The
Doc
mode.
pulls out a combat knife, holds it in one hand, reaches over, and with his index, his middle finger, pulls off like his little gauntlet with like each finger at a time, fully gets it off, drops it to the ground, puts a small little cut, drawing the most meager amount of blood in existence from one's hand, and clasps Duskin's hand.
Then, once he releases it, he says, and you with Stefan? Whilst, ripping off a bit of his shirt and tying it round his hand.
And Doc walks over and clasps hands with Stefan.
Oh, that is bleeding now.
And then Doc pulls out his medical kit, his backpack, basically, off of his back, sets it down, and pulls out a small first aid kit and pulls the bandages out, and one by one wraps small, thin strips of white gauze around his hand.
Oh. Don't do that. It's supposed to hurt. It's supposed to hurt. It's supposed... If you want.
Yeah, I didn't even clean it, jerk. Let me fucking wrap it like you just wrapped yours. And Doc finishes wrapping his hand, ties it off at the end, places it over, and grabs out a bobby pin to pierce through, holding all the gauze in place, and then puts his gauntlet back on. He then takes out another strip of gauze and does the same thing to Stefan's hand, wrapping it around piece by piece before eventually putting a bobby pin into it to hold it all together.
And while you're doing that, Duskin is going to walk across to Sebastian, whisper in his ear, give him a slap on the shoulder, and he's going to head off. Head off to the barracks.
Doc looks at Stefan as Duskin leaves, and
Duskin's
looks
still
back
here.
Oh.
Sebastian left.
As Sebastian leaves, I look back at Stefan. I just look back at Stefan and just shake my head. So, go ahead and I guess ask her your questions now, and we can be gone.
Certainly. Certainly. Made my way to Alverpar.
Okay.
Lady Allure, can I spare you for a moment, please?
She looks kind of like she's just been resting, not doing anything lately. She'll sort of tilt her head up a little bit and then slowly over towards you, questioning, fainting, obliviousness.
What dealings have you had with the cult of Zadok? Also known as the cult of Zadok.
As you say that, her head and eyes will slowly, very slowly sort of shift towards the door, slowly turning over towards the door. It being now open, and she will look out, and you can see several servants standing outside. She gives a disappointed glance and just keeps eye contact for a little while. Then you see some of them sort of look down at the ground and in shame and then walk off. She will slowly look back to you.
We have an agreement. That is all.
What does this agreement consist of?
They work for me. I do services for them.
You should be aware that they have had several disruptions of imperial systems. I would hate that they would drag you into something messy.
She leans back and you can feel this nasty feeling for a little brief moment. She will sort of breathe heavily. You can do a willpower test.
Big?
Minus,
Sure.
minus 30.
Minus 30. Psychic powers.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Failure with one. Failure by just one thing. I'm gonna inspiration it.
No need.
No. The pity plus one.
No need because
She failed horribly.
that might have been a little thoughtless. Okay, that's fucking.
She rolled double ones or doubles.
Oh no. Oh no.
We got perils of the warp. She perilled with the warp. She just perilled with the warp dust.
So, very confidently, she will look back at you, and then the next brief moment, you will hear this horrible shriek in the back of the room. You will see her
You turn
sink.
around.
She sinks into her frame in disappointment, looks over her shoulder, and you will hear some screams around the corner. At which point... One moment.
God. Oh god.
Okay.
Why?
Okay. So something. So Pharaoh's of the Warp Dust. Okay.
Oh, fuck, she rolled Psychic Phenomena straight into Perils? Fuck.
A lumbering, corpse-like thing will come running across the corner. It is carrying a young child by the leg, and you can hear her shrieking as she bumps up and down on the ridges of the metal grate floor. It will thunder towards you. It is quite large.
Okay.
Roll
I am
initiative.
going. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's on like fucking Donkey Kong. Sorry, Twitch. Get you.
Sorry, what's happening? Just back.
Something happened and the warp
The
horror appeared.
Imperium buckles and tears of the arrogance of the Psyker, and a plague bearer,
Of course does.
or another lesser demon of the GM's discretion, rips its way into existence. The pestilence fiend appears within 3 to 10 meters of the Psyker for a number of rounds equal to 1d5 plus the Psyker's toughness bonus. The Psyker's turn immediately ends and the demon takes its turn immediately. It detests the Psyker and focuses all its attack upon any fool who unwittingly summoned it or its allies. It does not attack anyone else.
So, just out of curiosity, I'm playing Duskin or
Duskin.
Sebastian?
We're going quickly. Bam, bam, bam. What's the highest in the position? What's the highest? Who goes first? Okay,
Doc.
Brad, go first. Go. You have 15 seconds.
Okay, Doc is going to unlimber his shield and his weapon. Well, his power hammer, and he is going to. What's the distance?
10 minutes.
Yeah, that's a charge.
Stefan, it's your turn. Go.
Alright,
Wait.
sure. Pulling the Stormbolter and a servant throwing the Stormbolter and another weapon to Stefan. Stefan quickly grabs them mid-air as a free action and proceeds to shoot that creature. What?
Yeah, you can take a turn bonus you want with the rolls, as long as you decide what to do.
Yep.
Cool. It's-
Success with 6 on the...
Okay, you load up the Sinnosan cannon. Go ahead and attack.
That is 14. And with my second attack, I will use the... Oh, that... Man, this is a very powerful revolver for this sound. And with my and with my second attack, I'll unleash the Stormbolter upon the creature.
Sounds good.
I was about to say, what the fuck did I just shoot him with?
It's been a long time since I've done this.
Success. 6 shots rain from the Stormbolter. 5 out of the 6 hitting.
Damage. While you do that, if you want to roll for attack to... actually, it's not there. Duskin, do one attack.
Yeah. Duskin is going to take a half step back and fire with a plasma pistol. Which is... not showing up. Sorry, I apologize. Carry on.
Anyway, the damage for the Stormbolter is 13 penetration 4, 12 penetration 4, 17, and 18 penetration 4.
Got it. You will actually do some damage to the creature, splattering some of its body parts. Yeah, that's about it.
Yep, that's fine.
You got a Roach's Fury, though.
No, it doesn't count. It's not a first shot.
Oh,
Alrighty. Does he? Alright. I'll do that.
Only managed to hit.
Yep, that's a hit with a plasma gun.
Mm-hmm.
And did I tell you what I did today?
Yeah, she used up her ability to ignore the phenomenon, and then I forgot.
Ward block.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Where's her compensation?
There we go. I got it through. It is. First one is. It's 22. 10 8.
Oh damn. Is it just one damage or 2 times?
Yeah, it's just one shot.
Just one shot.
Yeah, it's just
22 and 8?
like- Hmm?
Okay. That's gonna do it. The creature will explode in a grotesque sight. You see goo body parts just splattered across the ground as the thing lets off a horrible shriek. It is thoroughly dead. You're all covered in goo. Because in the Ghostbusters is like the slime that just covers your feet and chest. It's splattered across the ground.
I told you not to cross the fire, Dustin.
Pardon?
It's a Ghostbuster reference, don't worry. Turn into Alert Pearl. I would request that you are more subtle in your uses of power.
Kind
Lady
of
Alert.
like the Ghostbuster gun too. You load up your energy weapon and you just fucking splatter the thing. Allure, everyone in the room is shrieking, screaming. She will also sort of run to the edge of the room. As she looks back, you catch a glimpse of the weakness, vulnerability of her. Another side that you haven't seen.
Got the job done.
She's breathing heavy. As you come closer, you can see that she's holding her head. Vinkobet standing by her side. She's sort of resting
Duskin's.
on her. Several of the servants are standing by, sort of resting next to her. Allure looks shaken.
Doc stows his power hammer and the power shield and pulls out his med kit once again and pulls out his diagnosticator to give her a read over.
You sort of help her recover. She will look up and speak in her real voice.
Your martial prowess is impressive. This is why we need each other. Let us not bicker anymore.
That is so. And does that mean I can visit Sierra?
She will sort of dismissively wave your hand away and just look down at the ground, breathing heavily. She doesn't seem to care. You wouldn't even need to roll for it. Basic knowledge about navigators. You would know that a scion does whatever is necessary to tie bonds with diplomatic interests, including bodily services.
Perfect. I lose fun and I with leave.
And with that, you will leave the hall, back to your ship, and whether you want to continue or not, you gain 1d4 influence, 1d5 influence with the navigator. You guys can go ahead and roll that yourselves.
Said 1d5.
You'll get 1d5 for saving her life. And your standing
Can
with
we-
House of Brabazum is very good right now.
Nice. Instead of going back to the ship, can I head to Sierra's quarters?
Motherfucker.
Absolutely.
Sorry.
Absolutely you can. And Duskin, are you going back to the ship or?
Well, I was gonna sort of stay and look at Stefan and the, you know.
Alright, well, we're gonna round it off there, and you can do whatever you want when you're back on the ship or on the station. Session's over, everybody gets 300 XP, and you can choose to do whatever you want now. On the station or on the ship.
Would we get access to actual requisition rolls?
Yeah, you can make a requisition roll, all of you.
Is the requisition for the inquisitorial vessel or just standard
Standard.
field? Or
You're all back on the ship. Duskin, I'm gonna place your token here. Whether you choose to be there or not, it's up to you.
oh, nice. We're gonna spend another day here. Will any repairs be able to be made for the ship?
Was there a question for me?
Yes.
What was the question?
Will any additional repairs be able to be made if we
No,
spend an
those
extra
are the
day?
repairs they do over the time that you spend here.
Okay, cool.
You can do it yourselves if you want to do more.
Okay, we're gonna spend another day on the ship and then we're gonna... Fuck, we still didn't finish the conversation whether how much time we have left until the expedition.
Cool. Yeah, you can just go back and talk to her later.
Can we just send the FAQ frequently asked questions
Yeah, I
and
gotcha.
send them back?
Yeah, I understand what you mean. Yeah, no, she's not gonna answer any questions regarding when they leave. They don't know that you know all the things you know.
Which is why Sebastian's been sent to the ship.
Oh, maybe Sebastian could have told us instead of having a seizure. Anyway.
Fuck
Continue.
you!
Sorry, I despise witness. Proceeding forward, I would definitely request. She refuses. Fuck me. I don't want to spend another fucking day on this station. To try to touch her again so she'd fucking summon another plague better.
Yeah, no. What were you trying to figure out, Stefan?
When is she planning to start the expedition?
She will not tell you.
I roll out her bullshit and I tell her that I know from the song that she already knows the
Okay, you
location.
share everything you know about the groups of people, blah blah blah. That
Yeah.
they are cooperating and so on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, no, she already knows this.
That you know that they're cooperating.
Yeah, I told her first time before we got the Scepter of Life, before we started going on the warp expedition.
Cool. The departure is imminent. They're already arranging to gather on the station before they leave.
So no time at all, basically.
No time at all.
And she wants us to get rid of an Inquisitor, which we have no idea where he is.
They're waiting for one last Navigator house.
Oh, fuck. You know, it would have been too easy. It would have been too easy, of course it would have been. Okay. Okay, then.
Alright.
Gentlemen. Best course of action right now is to signal the Inquisitorial cruiser. I also demand that she be taken with us as her +1. If she can manage that.
Who?
I mean, I would also imply that she will take us as her +1.
Okay.
Through the gate to Askellon 1.
Mm.
I return to...
She will let you enter the station. That's where they gather before they depart. So you have access to the station now.
I would also ask the Inquisitorial cruiser that first we have... Actually, no, Jericho already summoned the Inquisitorial cruiser to our location. That A, we have acquired a meeting where we will establish passage to Askellon 1, as well as obtain the Inquisitor in our care and request immediate relief.
You have a party on Blood McQueen where you were told to deliver the Inquisitor on the world itself. They will take him further.
Hey, yo, fuck no! Unless I personally escort him on the ship, I ain't trusting any of those fuckers.
Alright, well then you have some influence tests to run next game.
Okay, good. Other than that, we should... Well, we cannot prepare anything. We cannot start the reconnaissance because we need to be present on the station and go to Askellon 1, so taking down Icarus is not virtually, literally impossible.